Hey everyone, your designers are here. I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the start of the new year. This is episode 149. Today we're talking about how and where to store all your holiday decor.
Just in time.
Yes, which might be starting to look not so festive if it's still around. So we're going to give you some great tips on how and where to put all that stuff. So let's dive into our holiday decor and the bins that it's all going to go in, or the various places where we're going to store it until the time comes again. To
Kelly,
can I? All right.
Can we start before the bins?
Oh,
yeah,
I wanted to start
start
before the bins.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, you go right ahead, Anita, because I'm right there with you.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm just going to say what. See, we don't plan these out, so we're just as surprised as you are at what comes out of our mouths. But what I wanted to say before you pull out your bins, before you start putting up and storing your holiday decor, I like to look over everything and say, am I tired of this? Am I sick of it? Do I really want to keep this? Because often there's a lot of things I've had for a while that are really tired and old. And I think this is the time to set aside a pile. Maybe you take it later, but go ahead and take it down to the thrift store or give it away. In fact, I'm so sorry I found out about this too late, but there's so many families here in Houston that lost their Christmas holiday decor because of Harvey. And had I found out about it soon enough, I would have given them a tree that I have that I'm just tired of. But I think for somebody who has no tree, I think it would be wonderful.
Ding your bell, Anita.
Purge.
Is exact. That is the best. That's really the best tip we're going to give you all day. Do not put anything back that you don't absolutely love. And, what I've been doing lately is, I've had this issue with my foot. So I've had somebody take down all my decor and put it in the basement, and I just go through it. And it is amazing. Things that are still nice, but that they're no longer my style, or I no longer use them. And it is so freeing to get rid of all of those things.
Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is open the bin next year, 2018, and have this mangled elf looking well,
that you're really tired of.
Don't want.
When you've got so much stuff, you're buying some extra stuff each year, and then you're cramming it in, and then everything's broken and mashed. So yeah, I think this is a time to go ahead and go through and cull out what you don't really want to keep. But I don't have a lot of storage also. So it's really important for me to do this. And I don't really do the whole Stone Gable thing.
Which is?
Well, just a big production. I just do a little bit of Christmas decor. So, but I don't have a whole basement to store. Well, there's no basement.
Well, I have basements, and I have places in my garage, above the garage. I've got just tons of places to store, but that's not the point. There is not one. I have one tchotchke. It's a little triangle piece of wood that my son painted like a Santa Claus in nursery school, and I can't part with it, nor should I.
No.
But other than that, I don't have tchotchkes anymore. I don't collect Santa Clauses anymore. I've got no snowmen. I don't decorate like that. What I have a lot of are greens, because I make a lot of arrangements with greens and candles, and I've gotten away from the big bins. This is another really
big bin departure.
Departure. Blue bin departure.
Whoa.
Because no matter how many times I mark them and how many index cards I have, or on the computer I put what's in them, you just can't do that year after year. And I've graduated to clear plastic boxes. I love if I can fit something into like those clear plastic like shoe size boxes. I love it. So like I'll put all my red berries in one, and like I've got all my snowflakes in one. So I can go downstairs and just see where everything is. Now I do have bigger, and everything is in a clear box. I don't buy any opaque boxes anymore. I want to see what's in them. And so I
okay.
do have a lot of greens. Now I do put them in bigger boxes, but I sort of delegate like things to one box, and it makes my life so much easier.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I have to say, the clear boxes could be an option for me, but I'm still with the big bins, and I have so many of them from moving. I actually, instead of buying U-Haul boxes,
You've
when
got
we
that
moved,
old Victorian home. You don't have any closets. Where do you put all that, Kelly?
no, I don't really have anything. So
She has a barn.
well, the barn, yeah, but the barn attic is really, now, right now, it's now it has Christmas decor. Sitting around me while I'm podcasting. Like, this is what we're going to organize in January, February, March. But we're going to make some shelves in the garage where I'm going to put them, because it's way too hard to get these trees and things up the spiral staircase. But what I like to do is I still use the big bins. I do try to label on the outside what they're in. But let's face it, putting out the decorations is really fun, and you're excited for the season to come. But, putting them away is not really that fun. So what I try to do is, as Yvonne and Anita pointed out, purging for sure, and to streamline it. And so then when the calendar turns and you get to the fun part again, you can be very efficient about it and enjoy it. And you're not searching for that one last garland, or where is that extra box of gold ornaments or something like that. So what I've been doing, and I did again this year, is I have very big containers from the Container Store, and I like them because they're black and they kind of go with my look. And so I was sort of culling out the blue and the green ones that I've had. And so I get these larger ones from the Container Store that can hold pretty much everything that goes on one tree. So then I'll have, the kitchen tree. And what I'll try to do is, I started to learn this lesson this year when we were decorating that tree. The things that would go on first, like the picks and, the extra branches, I would stick it. And I had this wide burlap ribbon garland that I put on the kitchen tree. It was in the bottom. Why I put it on the bottom made no sense. So when I packed it all up, I took everything off and I tried to stack it in that particular bin as it would go on the tree. So when you opened it up, the first thing you could take out is the garlands, and then the sticks, and then you got to the ornaments and whatnot as you went down. And what I do is, when everybody is opening their presents and stuff, there's just that plethora of tissue paper, which I feel bad throwing out anyway because it's just a little crinkled, but maybe you don't want to put it in a new gift. Certainly Yvonne wouldn't. Anita and I might slip it into a used gift bag
underneath,
but Yvonne would turn her nose upset. But I
put it underneath. The crumpled goes underneath
fluff it up.
the item.
So I flatten it out, while people are opening their gifts. I'm there flattening out the tissue paper. I fold it into, it's just a few little squares, and I stick it like under a chair or someplace to go get later. And now that's what I'm going to wrap up my ornaments in for the next year, because that tissue paper kind of gets dusty and yucky over the year. Okay, so that's what I do. But I have one more box tip before we move on.
Okay, but can we talk about a Christmas tree tip first? Well, since we're talking about that.
Tree tip.
I don't decorate my tree the same every year.
Right.
Just because I'm a blogger. Right. And I sort of like different things. And this year it was totally white. But what I do is I get, again, clear plastic boxes, a little bigger, and like all my red balls are all in one box.
Right.
All my green balls are all in one box. All my silver and gold are together. And then like my bronze and browns and heavily antiqued golds, they're all in one box. So, and all of my whites, actually have a lot of white. They're in a really big clear box. So when I'm deciding what to do, because I have an assistant help me, I'll say, hey, this year we're not going to use any of the reds. Don't worry about that. Just bring up the green box and bring up anything that's white, any of my white. So easy.
That's a great way to do it, especially if you're changing it up, from year to year.
But I love the tissue idea too.
Well, thank you. I think another idea is, it's sometimes when you start decorating, right? Especially us, we decorate a lot, and
A
some of our
lot.
listeners might, over a course of several weeks, and there's a lot of rooms and stuff
What
like
do you
that.
mean several weeks? I mean, a month and a half?
A month and a half,
exactly.
maybe
Yeah.
2 months.
Oh, yeah.
But you could have, as a normal person or as a blogger, how about the idea of having an open first box? So you could even just put a little tag on it, open first or number 1 box or something like that.
That's
Maybe
a great
that's
idea.
your
I like that.
basics. Yeah. So I usually like to start with my mantle because it's something that, you're not suffering from cross-holidation if your pumpkins are still out. And maybe it's something you like to start with
That's
your
where
entryway.
I start. That's where I start, Kelly, my mantle.
So then maybe you have stuff for the mantle and maybe a little vignette for your entryway or something. And that's your open first box. So that's your kickoff. Like you just happen to have a few hours and it's after Thanksgiving and you're like, I think I want to start my Christmas decorations. Instead of pulling out all these bins and now you've got like this explosion all over your living room, this way you could just have your open first box. You start your decorating and then you ease yourself into it.
And here's another tip for putting things away, but also for putting, taking in things and putting them out. I have a foyer, so we put up a big utility table in my foyer. And I bring the boxes up there. Now I have
She's got a production. That's what I'm saying about Stone Gable.
Yeah.
A little bit every year, but instead of having
Macy's has got nothing on it.
But instead of having the boxes all over, I keep them in my foyer. You may put them in your family room on a utility table for a couple days. It's so much easier to go through things when you're not like rooting around on the floor. And then I keep things like under the utility table, especially like my greens. And the other thing I do, if I have a couple long garlands, I use my label maker and label what it is.
Well, I think you bring up a good point to set up the ornaments right where you're going to use them. I have a little confession. I got all these brand new gorgeous ornaments from Balsam Hill this year, and I was opening them all on my dining room table, but I didn't have the tree yet. And so when the tree came, actually, I planned to put it up in my bedroom. But when I looked at all the stuff on the dining room table and looked at how much time it was going to take for me to carry everything upstairs, it was dining room. It is. Here's the tree.
There you go. I think the dining room's the best spot, don't you?
It ended up being a great place for it.
Plug for Balsam Hill. Their trees are beautiful and their ornaments are exquisite.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're gorgeous. So if you need some ornaments that for next year, that might be a good place.
And they
to
might
look.
be on SALE.
We love that word. We
Yeah,
love that word.
I think they are.
They are some of the nicest ornaments I've ever
They're beautiful. They sort of rival, I think, Christopher Radko ornaments, which, are so stunning. Here's a really practical tip. I like to get pretty practical. And although I do decorate because I have a rather large home and I just love Christmas. I mean, believe me, I do a lot less than I used to. Only store what you have room for and call it a day. That's what you're going to use for Christmas.
So if you don't have room for it, are you saying get rid of it? What are you saying?
I'm just saying that's as far as you'll decorate. I would say if I just have these boxes filled with greens, it's amazing how you can decorate using like a box of pine cones, a box of greens, a couple berries, and a candle. I mean, and they're beautiful. So you don't want to have so much Christmas decor that it's like under all your beds and you don't have room and it's in your closets.
Yes,
so what I'm saying is don't do that to yourself or to your family.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health, potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
Well, and I like the idea too, because I've had a few things under the bed, but most of it was in the attic, and there wasn't that much under the bed. I don't know why I even did that, except I hate putting stuff in the attic. But from now on, I think
I hate that. Yes.
Well, I cannot
been
stand
there, done that in my last house.
I know. So this time we're not finished putting everything up yet. So I'm going to put everything all in one place in the attic. So I'm going to stack it all up.
And actually, I'm in the process. Well, it'll be. This will air when I'm in the process of having everything down. I'll be down in my basement with the long table going through everything and deciding what I want to keep and not keep.
Yeah.
At least it's not in my, in like the main part of my house that I
Is this basement like the size of an aircraft carrier?
It's the footprint of our entire house. So yeah, it's about
I picture like that, like Logan's Run, that thing where it just kept going and going.
But anyway,
Bobby, you're down there.
No, it's just, and I have it set up like a store with shelving units. Now, I probably wouldn't get quite that crazy if I wasn't a blogger, but like,
I don't know about that. I don't know
trying
about
to blame
that,
it all on
Gigi.
the blog.
You got some little grandbabies to be doing this with too.
I don't have blue and white in my house, but I'm afraid to throw those big blue and white ginger jars away because what if I need to have them for a table, use them for a table?
I think you need to have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'd have a hard time getting rid of blue and white.
Yeah,
But anyway, back to Christmas.
Yeah.
You just don't want to stuff your house when storage is at a premium anyway. And so just make sure, just whatever you have room to store it, that's going to be your Christmas decor. And I just think that's very practical.
You can always go fresh. You do live garlands, fresh cut, things like that. And then you can enjoy it for the season. And then, you get the scent. And if you buy it someplace like the YMCA, like we do, or you buy it someplace for a school, some of your dollars are going to benefit them. So instead of thinking, oh gosh, here, I should just buy a fake garland because I'm shelling out every year for the live, there's definitely an advantage to the live. And then you don't have to store it. This is the first year that we did not have a live tree. And
how do you feel about that?
Well, I am really okay with it. I learned that there was a Christmas tree shortage as well. And I don't know if it's just in California.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped me feel good about not having one, taking one that was cut. But, there are already ones that are cut and they're sitting there. I mean, you could get one. But I was fortunate enough to get a tree from Balsam Hill this year, which I've always wanted.
Oh, my.
Balsam Hill tree.
They're gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. But I have to say, my younger daughter had a little hard time with that because she is a traditionalist
Yeah,
and
I understand.
she likes the tree. But on the flip side, we didn't have the hassle of the water and the tree and dragging it through and the needles and all of that. And we had this absolutely beautiful, virtually live looking
I'm
tree.
getting more
their
and more
trees
sold
are amazing
on the fake ones. And
right, but then you do have, the point I'm making is that you do have to store it then.
Well,
Well,
here's
right,
what we
right,
do.
that's true.
Let me just talk about the Christmas tree. We, for years, we went to a sustainable Christmas farm and, rode the wagon out and chopped our tree down and had, hot chocolate. And one year it snowed while we did all this, which was so awesome. And it is so Christmassy, and it just, your house smells good. And, Bobby cut the bottom branches off. So we had all these greens, but that was also the year that the tree skirt fell into the water and all the packages got wet. It was like a wick. And I miss that, but if you have a place to store a tree, now, if you are lucky enough to get a Balsam Hill tree, and really they are not sponsors, they should be, because we all have one and love them.
Yes, exactly. They should be hinted.
Yes, Balsam Hill. They come in a bag that you put away, and they have you get Balsam Hill gloves to do all of this.
Oh, I love the gloves.
They do. Yeah. They come with the gloves.
But here's what we do. Because we have room in our basement, we take the thing down in 3 parts. That's how it comes apart. We set it back up and we put a sheet over it.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do all that, like taking apart, folding everything up. If you have the room, just take a sheet, and I have safety pins, and I safety pin it around it so it stays, it doesn't get real dusty.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful way that you don't have to take apart your tree every year.
That is a great idea. And the Balsam Hill tree came with its beautiful own bag that you could, use or not use.
I know.
But we have 2 other trees. Laura wanted a pink tree for her room this year. So clearly that's not a real tree. And then I've had that platinum tree in my kitchen for the last couple of years, which I absolutely love that tree, I have to say. But neither one of those, they're not, from a brand such as Balsam Hill. So it did come with their own bag. So I looked up on Amazon. I'm going to get these for myself. So I'll put the show notes in. It's a company called Elf Storage Bags. And they get 2 big bags that's supposedly,
and they're for a Christmas tree?
Yeah, supposedly can hold.
I'll get it for my other tree.
7.5 foot tree. Up to each bag, or you can put garlands in them.
Does it lay down and have handles?
It's almost like a very large duffel bag, but it's a real rectangle. It doesn't have soft sides.
Yeah, if you have an unfinished basement, you can just put nails in the studs and hang them up, or you can do what I did, because you have to refluff everything so much.
Sure.
That, I just, like I said, I take an old sheet, put it on, safety pin it tight, and call it a day.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea if you have the space for it. Yeah, because the fluffing, takes a lot of time.
And if you have a spare closet, I know closets are premium, but let's say you have a 4-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house and your kids have flown the coop, you could designate a closet just for Christmas.
You could open the door, just wheel the tree out, put it on casters, completely decorated.
Now there you go.
Right out.
Hey, I have wheeled a tree completely decorated. It was in my family. Of course you have. Well, I had this 8-foot tall tree in my family room, and I had to do a photo shoot. And it actually was the Balsam Hill tree with all these gorgeous ornaments. And I thought, I don't like it in my family room. It doesn't have enough light. It's not going to photograph well. I liked it, but I just knew it wouldn't do it justice. So my sister was down, and we're sitting in the living room because I have the double French doors, looking into through the doors into the family room, going, yeah, how are we going to do this? And it's like the light bulb collectively went off, and I said, Lisa, I just don't want to de-decorate it. It took so much time. We tipped that sucker on its side and carried it through the double doors.
There it went.
That's perfect. Fully decorated. Not one thing broke. That just was an act of God right there.
There you go.
I can't believe nothing fell off of it.
Not one thing.
That's
Not
awesome.
even those little picks they give you.
Okay, but you didn't store it for 364 days. No,
I had a kitchen. Now we're talking long decades ago. I had a Christmas tree, and you know how it used to be, like Williamsburg used to be real popular like 50 years ago. And I had all yarrow from my yard that dried, and I had it all over the tree. And I had, like those dried oranges and studded oranges. I'd put, and it was a thin tree. We carried that down to the basement, fully decorated, lights on. That's when you had to put your own lights on way back then. And we would cover it, and I'd put it back up the next year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer in that.
I mean, it's almost like one of those Christmas stores, which kind of give me the creeps. The year-round Christmas stores kind of give me the creeps.
I can't even go in those. Those just, no, I can't.
No, there's something about those that are really, I mean, you're strangely attracted to it because it's all sparkly, and you're like, yeah, but it's August. Like, that seems wrong. I don't want to do that. Yeah.
I have another. Are you kidding? I'm starting to shop for Christmas in August. I have another. If you have wreaths and you don't have like space down in your basement to hang them, you actually can put them on a hanger, and you can hang them in a closet. Now, you don't want to put like 6 wreaths in there, but if you have like a nice door wreath and you just like have a door wreath and don't know what to do with it, you can actually hang it on a hanger and put it in the back of your closet.
Oh, wow.
Assuming you have the space, which I really don't.
Yeah. It's all assuming that you have the space.
Right. True.
Right.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they also have these things that you can purchase, these hard, they're almost like circular hat boxes, but they're for wreaths. So, and that,
to me, where are you going to stick that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the thing, right? But if you don't have a closet to put it in, then at least it's closed in. If you're putting it in your garage, it's not going to get dusty or exhaust or something on it, and somebody's not going to throw a hammer on it and smush your design or something like that. They're very hard plastic, made of very hard plastic.
Now, and there's always under the bed, but if you put your things under the bed, please put them in like some big container that goes under the bed.
Now, if you were talking boxwood wreaths, or maybe a magnolia leaf,
like a preserved wreath.
Right. That doesn't have all the sparkly, shiny things. I use my boxwood wreaths year round. So if you go with something a little plainer, like a boxwood wreath, there's no need to store. Just move it around your house all year. I keep mine up.
I love that.
I keep mine up all year round.
There is some care to a preserved boxwood wreath. I just this Christmas did a post on how to use preserved boxwood and how to take care of your boxwood so that it will last many, many, many years. Now, in my house,
I'm going to read that because I got one recently from Ballard, and because I always wanted one, a bigger one, and but they're kind of expensive. And then they were having a good sale, so I got it, and I didn't even embellish it for Christmas. It just looks so pretty in the foyer.
It doesn't need anything.
It didn't.
I'll tell you what I want. I want the square one.
Oh, yeah,
those are
your
gorgeous.
door, right?
They're beautiful. Although you have to be careful with now. We're supposed to be talking about storing. You have to be careful not to put your preserved boxwood wreath near light. So I don't know that you'd want to put it on. You could put it on the inside of your front door. I don't think you should keep it on the outside of your front door for any length of time.
Right. And mine's not in a place where it gets direct sunlight.
Okay, so then how do you store all the fragile ornaments? Do you just put them loose in bins? Do you put them back?
Well,
in
and I'm wondering because I have a ton more this year.
My fragile, like the Radco or the Balsam Hill ornaments, I definitely wrap those in tissue and again put them just in a clear box. I mean, if they're wrapped in tissue, and
do you do it in a box that has the little bins already?
No, I don't. I just put them all.
I think that's another one of those things where you go to the Container Store and you're like, this is going to be so great. I'm going to spend $250 and I'm going to get a special
and
Christmas.
It zips.
Well, they're not that expensive at like
no, but if you buy enough for all your ornaments, right? And then they have all those little sections, but then your stuff has to fit in each section. And maybe they're not. And yours are different sizes or shapes. I would stay away from the fancy schmancy boxes.
I like your tip, Kelly, and that's what I do. I just wrap them, but I'm going to use the tissue that come out of the boxes this year. Here's another thing. I use, for the most part, I think I have one Christmas gift this year that is wrapped with like a paper ribbon. I use real ribbon. And
I love that.
In the long run, it's economical because here's what I do. I have my box ready on Christmas morning, my clear box. And as people, this is so cute. I have my family so trained. And I mean, I have like my mom, my sister, my nieces, my brother. I have everybody trained that after they unwrap their gift, they roll up their ribbon.
Laughing to myself because that's exactly what we do on my mother's training.
And we put it in a box and it's all ready for next year.
Yeah.
And this is the first time maybe in 6 years I had to buy new ribbon because after so many years, you can only cut it so many times. But I think it's economical.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the thing. So much of the ribbon is really cheap and tawdry looking. I mean, there's some of the
Christmas tawdriness.
I'm just popping off. Some of the ribbon, it just looks inexpensive and not nice. You want everything to just look rich. And so it's like you said, if I put this on a present, you bet I'm going to be saving the ribbon.
I want it back.
I just bought some. Yeah. Can I have my ribbon back?
Yeah. And nobody else does it. Like, if I have this gorgeous sort of celadon green ribbon, because everything is whites and golds and silver and this really gorgeous, not dark green or beautiful, not quite as limey, but somewhere in between green and a lime green. And I got all this gorgeous green satin ribbon. And nobody has said to me, oh, this is my gift. Let me take it home yet.
Well, you just make sure you use that ribbon on family members where you can say, I need my ribbon back.
Right.
I just bought some velvet
it's so
ribbon.
funny that the three of us roll our ribbon.
Well,
it's
it's velvet ribbon from France. I just bought.
Oh, yeah. You're not leaving the house with that. No.
Yeah, not cheap. It's this soft pink. I'll have the link in the show notes. It's this soft pink and this soft blue. It comes in all these different colors. And I just got it. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Wow.
And you'll have that for decades. That's the great thing.
I hope so.
Yvonne, if she ever sends us a gift with that wrapped on it,
we'll keep it.
We are at a certain level.
Yeah, that's right. We're at a certain level.
Unless I say, please send this. Here's the
here's a return postage envelope.
And I'm going to say, it got lost in the mail.
Exactly. So sorry.
But that's a good thing to do. And then you just have this nice little clear box full of this gorgeous ribbon. And literally, sometimes in a pinch, I'll go down there and think, I know, because some of it is just not Christmassy, the Christmas plaids and things, of course. But I love black and white ribbon, like a check or a plaid.
Yeah.
And I'll have that down there and I'll go, oh, this is great for, Aunt Susie's whatever, a birthday present. So you have and you just store it.
Yeah. While I was wrapping this year, I culled through years worth of ribbon. It's actually kind of fun. You think, and even the tags, like I don't get new kids with different names every year. If it's your tags to your kids,
I don't do that.
You can even keep the tags.
Oh, okay.
And I have a little, I have a Ziploc of tags and I have a big Ziploc of ribbons.
Heck yeah.
You are so smart.
Store it with your ribbon.
Of course.
You are my Christmas idol, Kelly. Who reuses her tags.
So we're allowed to do that, just not the bags. Oh, we're not allowed to use bags, period.
Bags. There is not one bag under my tree this year. Not one. Thank goodness.
You've already admitted off mic that you've had a little help this year.
Oh, can I tell that quick story and then we'll go?
Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free, that's right, a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants.
Yeah, I was telling the girls, I usually wrap as I go, but I was just so busy this year. And, I do post an awful lot, and I really like to. So the UPS man, it looks like I had like the UPS store in my foyer. I mean, we just had boxes piled up. So Sunday, I had my daughter and her family came, and she was really sick, and I was getting over a cold. Like, it was like sick bay also at our house. And Bobby got up, I bet she got up at 4 a.m. And I said, "What are you doing? It's still dark." He said, "I can't sleep." And he made us all breakfast. But other than that, he wrapped gifts from 4 a.m. till after 6 o'clock in the evening, Sunday. And he wrapped every single gift. And I taught him, and everything's in a box, because he'll wrap anything if it's a rectangle or a square, no matter how big it is. And I just put the bows. I do all the bows, and I do all the gift tags. That's my job. He wrapped every single gift.
He's a keeper.
Like 14 hours.
14 hours?
Yes.
Right.
I'm telling you, he got up at 4 a.m, now he made a little breakfast and he made breakfast in between all that.
He took a break
goodness.
to make us breakfast. And then, he got
and he
right
had
back to it.
diagnosed a couple of illnesses.
Yeah, he saved a few lives. I think he put in a backsplash. And then he finished up.
I mean, I just thought he brought out a utility table, and I had the supplies.
Kevin and Peter, the key is a utility table. Apparently, if you get one of those.
That's the secret.
Hey, I was just so excited. I had all these boxes that things came in from sponsors and Christmas, and all these Christmas ornaments on my back porch. You couldn't even get in the back door. There were so many. So Evie cleaned up all of that yesterday.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, well, their money exchanged hands.
Okay.
There was a payment.
There was an exchange of money.
There was no exchange of money in my house, though.
I know, because you have a jewel there.
Just a kiss. Well, listen.
Wow.
That's your best holiday gift. Tip. Teach your husband how to wrap anything in a box.
Yeah.
And you're golden.
Get a utility table.
Get a utility table. Yeah. All right. Well, we hope that you've gotten a lot of tips and ideas from us today, and we sure love being with you. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.